What does God give you
What does God give me?
that you can't get without him?
Hope. That's what obviously I've been talking about.
Hope for what? An afterlife?
Hope for an afterlife. Hope that God has a plan for my life.
But
Be I in a nursing home or be I at the top of a major Fortune 500 company. That doesn't matter. God has a plan for my life, and he can use me in a nursing home. He can use me as a street cleaner, or he can use me as a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. And that's exciting.
But why trouble over what's going to happen 100 years later? Why not live today and tomorrow?
Well, I do live today, and I do live
So
tomorrow.
then why despair over your death or what comes after your death?
Well, it's called facing reality. Reality is I'm going to die. The statistics on death are very impressive. 1 out of 1 die.
You're calling something that you don't know anything about that's going to happen years and years from now to you reality. Reality is right now.
Well, reality includes the fact that you're going to die and I'm going to die. That's not a fantasy.
Reality doesn't include what's going to happen after you die because you don't know what's going to happen after you die.
You're right. I do not know what's going to happen exactly to me after death.
So then why despair over something you know nothing about?
Because I am able to observe dead bodies, and they don't communicate, and they get buried, and they disintegrate. And that's going to happen to my body, and it's going to happen to your body. And we're going to lose our ability to think and to communicate with each other and have meaningful relationships. And that disturbs me. I mean, I enjoy talking with you. Well, if you're dead or I'm dead, we're not doing any more talking. We're not going to build a relationship.
That's right. So celebrate your opportunity when you can do it. Don't
Good.
despair over when you can't.
Yeah.
Why waste life despairing?
I don't call going to a doctor when you're sick and from having insurance and knowing where the best doctors are despairing. I call it thinking through the fact I could get sick. Boy, if I do get sick, I want to prolong my life. I'm going to go get the best medical attention I can. Similarly, if I know I'm going to die, I'd like to think about the possibility of life after death and see if it's available. Wouldn't you?
Oh, I think it'd be great if there was life after death.
Good.
But I don't know where to begin determining whether or not such a thing exists.
Well, obviously, in order for there to be life after death, there has to be a supernatural God. Obviously, life after death implies the supernatural. So I think it would behoove you to start by asking, is there any evidence, solid evidence, that points to the existence of some type of supernatural God? Then, if you are able to move from atheism or agnosticism to theism, then the next question is, well, is this supernatural God interested in giving me life after death? Obviously, that's where Jesus Christ enters the picture. Christ insists, yes, God is keenly interested in giving you eternal life. Well, is he just blowing smoke? He might be. So then you got to be a skeptic and ask yourself, what's the evidence that supports the trustworthiness of Jesus? And when you explore his life, teachings, death, and most importantly, his resurrection from the dead, there is weighty historical evidence that he's reliable, he's trustworthy. And when he promises life after death to all those who put their faith in him, he just isn't blowing smoke. He's in touch with reality because of his resurrection from the dead. I mean, it's very simple. If you died and then rose from the dead, I promise to listen very closely to everything you have to say.
Really?
Because the evidence is you're incredibly